everyone. My name is Bonita Barunji.
I'm Mako.
Welcome to Beyond the Policy, a conversation about insurance and beyond. We are very honored to have Maama Insurance. You may all know her as Maama Insurance, Hajjat Sebyala, here with us. Hi, Mama.
Hi.
We're super excited to have you. Tell us more about yourself, give us a short bio, and let the people know more about Maama Insurance.
Thank you so much. My bio will take a whole day for hours to give the entire bio. I'm just going to give a small tip. I'm Maama Insurance Africa. I'm an international climate champion. Why am I Maama Insurance Africa? Is that into the Hall of Fame for Africa, the first lady, and only lady so far there. I'm also an international climate champion. I protect the environment at an international level. So for that matter, I'm an international personality as far as environment is concerned. I joined the insurance industry close to 45 years ago in 1982. I'm the first lady in Uganda to be a chartered insurer. I joined insurance, as I told you, in 1982. Not 50% by chance, 50% by choice, because during our years in the university, employers would come looking for people who are graduating. Unlike your days where you have to look for jobs, for us, jobs came looking for us. In my case, Bank of Uganda was there, insurance was there, and other institutions came looking. Insurance sounded very interesting, so I decided to join insurance then. But in 1982, insurance was just starting. So I decided to run with it. There were no ladies then, there were about two or three, but some of them were secretaries, were tea girls. As an individual right now, I'm a president, Women in Insurance in Uganda. I know that maybe you'll ask me about that, and I'll tell you why we had to form Women in Insurance in Uganda. But also I'm multi-skilled, completely multi-skilled. I do different things now. In that, in retirement, you don't get stuck after you have retired from insurance. I am a professional board member. Right now, I sit on the board of NEMA, but I'm also Omwami. Omwami, yes, Omukungu wa Ssaabasajja Kabaka. Yes, very proud and very happy to be that, because I do chair the Buganda Kingdom Environment and Bulungibwansi boards, which is an honor to me. It's a great honor to serve Ssaabasajja Kabaka, Ssaabasajja Kabaka Awangali.
Wow, that biography was just mind-blowing. You almost answered all our questions before we asked. I'm so impressed. Hajjat, I think when I first joined the industry, I heard of you. I had not met Hajjat, but I was so awed when I met you. Most of us know you as Maama Insurance. I actually knew you as Mama Green the first time I met you. I kept on wondering, who is this lady walking with plants everywhere she goes and gifts out plants, but that's quite impressive, and we all look up to you. But I think one of the things I would want to know is basically if you could take us, you've almost practically done it, but if you could take us through a journey of how you started in the insurance industry. You told us they came to the university, they met you, they took you up. So how was it? How did you survive in this male-dominated field at that time?
Okay. At that time, it was all male, completely male. How did I survive? I told you I joined 50% by chance and 50% by choice. Chance, in that they came looking for me. Choice, because I chose insurance. And when I joined, it was called Minet then. When I joined, it was a broking firm. When I joined Minet, which later turned into Sun International Insurance Brokers, I made sure that I worked very hard. I made sure that I really learn. But remember, there was no lady to look up to. There were only men. And men have their own club. Nobody would pull you up. So I really had to work very, very hard. And as others were packing their bags to leave 5 p.m., I was not leaving. I had to make sure that all the work was done. In so doing, my employer noticed, I was like a small, smart girl then. And my employer noticed me and said, this lady, this girl, is a promise. They actually sponsored me to go to UK. So yes, my employer sponsored me, and I went on to UK my first time in a plane. It was Uganda Airlines then. Yes. So I went to UK to study insurance, the London School of Insurance in Holborn. And I worked hard there in the UK, and I was amongst the top students qualifying for associateship at the Insurance Institute. But back home as the first lady. But those days, there was no internet, there was no WhatsApp, there was nothing. So we had to wait in the post office to receive our results. I had to wait like 4 months before knowing. Yes, post office, they used to post a letter, you know.
Yeah.
So letter came and I had passed, so I shouted. So basically, that is my journey. I worked hard. They noticed me. I went to UK. I studied. I came back. The rest is history, really.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that, Hajjat. I feel like as a young woman in this industry, I've gotten one takeaway I've gotten from this is work hard. Work hard. Like there's always, sunshine at the end of the journey. So as a woman breaking into this super male dominated field, back in the 80s, what are some of the challenges you went through and you're like, wow, you're entering boardrooms and you have such a strong voice because when you speak, I can feel that impact in what you say. What were some of when you're speaking, I feel that, the passion, insurance, the passion of the environment, the passion for your country. What were some of those challenges you went through and as a woman breaking into a space that had not women were not yet fully accepted by then into that space.
That word challenge, for me, I don't have a word challenge because in every situation I see an opportunity. They even started calling me Hajjat before I went to Mecca. Yes, because of my beliefs, my prayer ways. So basically, what I would say that in every challenge, I see opportunities, but maybe there were no ladies to look up to. There were no ladies on top to look up to. So I had to find my way. Yeah, maybe it was a challenge, but I used it and somehow I maneuvered and found my way on top.
I think the first time I met you, you came, met us, and you told us something. Wherever you are, say something. Never leave a room without saying anything. I actually learned that from you. And it's so amazing. We have so many ladies to look up to nowadays. Other than that, I also have this one. Be shameless. There are so many awards we are seeing here. How did you manage to get to the Hall of Fame? How can we get there? What can we do to get there? I know there's hard work. I know there's pushing. But on the other side of it, as family, we also, as women, we also have family. Yeah, there's work-life balance. So, how did you do it? I do know there's a Haji somewhere. So I'm wondering, you're leaving home. Yeah, you're leaving work late, going home. What was Haji thinking over that time?
Yes, work-life balance. Yes, I have had Hajjat Sebyala, by the way, over 40 years.
Wow.
Hajjat Sebyala was a good president of Makerere University. For that matter, I'm a first lady of Makerere University. Yes.
Wow.
If you get married to a president, then you're a first lady. Not so. So I'm a first lady of Makerere University. Now, the tips that I would give you, work-life balance, sits on two pillars. The first pillar is competence. Competence is be competent in whatever you do at your work. Whenever you find a gap in your competence levels, make sure there's continuous improvement so that you do your work well. The second pillar is communication. That communication at home, there must be communication 100%. During our days, this gender things, those ones, gender equality, they were not there. It is a thing of yesterday. So it will be like Hajjat is a manager at work. At home, I'm Mrs. Sebyala. No doubt about it and no two ways about it. I'll not go into a plane without telling him I'm going. I'll not do it without communicating. So communicating is very, very good, is very, very vital at home, but also competence. So if you are competent in what you do at work and you communicate at home, you have got work-life balance here in your hands.
Mama Insurance, I would like to ask, what do you think is the true role of insurance in our society?
To give us a peace of mind, but also it creates employment. But finally, the resources, the monies that we collect, we don't just keep it there. It is used in developing the economy. So insurance is part of those things that actually contribute to building the economy of a country. Even in here in Uganda, there is a big contribution of insurance to the economy. Basically, yeah.
On top of that, we've had so many things. I've had the pleasure of serving in another role of being a teacher. So we've had some things, people saying that we are thieves, we are liars. Okay, we do know it took some time for us to grow. The penetration in Uganda is less than 1%. So, as women, what can we do to expand that? What can we do to reach that place? There's this saying, educate a woman and
Educate a nation.
educate a nation. So, how can we impact this insurance? How can we turn that narrative around and people have this trust? And even that person selling tomatoes in the market can have the comfort of, yeah, let me walk in and get insurance.
Yes. Basically, women are more suited to be insurers. Yes. Because insurance sits on a trust pillar.
Yeah.
And who more can you trust than a lady? So let's have more ladies within the insurance industry. Let's have them deeply rooted within the industry. And trust, once we have trust, insurance will surely grow. Now we have the regulator. The regulator is there to ensure that actually things are done properly. So we should be able to have the trust that we need. I know there is that stereotype, you don't pay when they don't have evidence. And I always tell the insurers and the regulator, let's publicize the claims that we pay. I know a company like Liberty pays so many claims, but you don't call press to say, look, you need to make the noise around the claims that you pay. In there, people start believing that, yes, insurance there and insurers pay. Basically, that's what I would leave with insurers. Please make the noise around the claims that you pay so that people know that you don't only collect, but you also give back in times of need.
Where do you see the next generation of women taking insurance? We're in a digital era. I've been on so many webinars where Mama Insurance is there. She's pushing, please guys, be in this webinar. This is going to be so impactful. She's pushing for everyone to join, register. I have never seen Mama Insurance is so active. Like, I even feel guilty. I'm like, if Mama Insurance is going to be on this webinar, I think let me join it,
Can I tell you something? There was a day I was driving in Jam, just here. Then I see a big Land Rover. It was a Land Cruiser. Eh? So I was like, and it was a manual car. So I was wondering, who is this driving? And I look up and I see Mama Insurance. I was like, oh my God, where does she get this energy? We are in traffic jam. She's like, we need that advice, really. Give us the next level advice because we all look up to you.
Look at yourself as an employee with a deliverable. You're given a deliverable as an employee of Liberty or whatever company that you work for. Look at yourself as an employee first. Now, as ladies, I must say you're very lucky, the ladies of today. There are so many enablers, very many enablers. There are people to look up to. The Mama Insurances are there. We do not have that opportunity. There are other ladies who are there to look up to. Get a mentor, get yourself a mentor, or get yourself somebody you say, I would like to be like so, and follow their footsteps. And I must say, women in insurance in Uganda is a God given to you young people. There are webinars, there are motivational talks, there are Women's Day. For instance, the Women's Day we had this year, we had a panel, and that panel was so touching. They were telling us their story, how they joined the industry, how they have overcome the challenges. And one of the panelists said he joined as a messenger, had looked for jobs but could not find jobs. He joined as a sweeper. But this person is a CEO now, earning those monies, big monies. But as a sweeper, started as a sweeper. But you worked hard, very, very hard. And what I would advise the ladies, as you work hard, don't brag about it. Don't make noise. You work hard, but in silence. Let the results of your work make the noise for you. I'm sure you invited me here. I don't make noise, Mama Hajjat, Mama Hajjat. But I think the results of my work, they speak for me. They make the noise. So just work, work. Don't even say who is Anayandaba, who is looking at me. No, 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 no. Just work as yourself. Make sure you have done what you're supposed to do, even beyond what you're supposed to do. And then the results, the outputs, the outcomes of your work will make the noise. And as a lady, yeah, you stand tall. And the other thing is volunteer wherever possible. In WIN, we call for volunteers. Like wherever we have an activity, we want MCs, we want moderators, we want speakers, we want what. But people do volunteer. I know there's somebody who volunteered for a long time, and that person uh, volunteered to speak, and we encouraged her. But then, before then, was so timid. But today is the CEO of a certain company. I don't want to, yes, through volunteering. So you volunteer. I know we haven't talked about Women's Day this year, but the theme was give to gain. Yeah, give to gain. That was the national and international theme. Give to gain. So you need to make sure that you put in as much to be able to get out. Don't look for things you want to be given, you want to be, because I'm a lady, you sit back, you play the gender card, for me. Yeah, you haven't seen those ladies. Yeah, for me, I'm so beautiful. Yes, there are ladies who just sit back and think they will not give in to gain. Make sure that you give to gain, like the theme was. The theme for the Women's Day, those ladies who came, our day, ours as WIN was empowered women, empowering insurance. You see how powerful that is? Then you look, how am I going to be empowered? What can I do to get empowered? So all those things, people had to look and say, how am I going to be empowered? Because they explain to us how they get empowered, how you can empower insurance. I think I've given you more answers than what you have asked for.
We are so honored to have you here, to even have the chance to be next to you. We just know there are some people who even wonder, how do these ladies know Hajjat? Because at times, because you rub shoulders with those the big boys, you call them the big boys in the industry. But I do know you did come with some awards. You have not showed us, you've not showed the viewer, you've not talked about your awards. Wanted you to just hint on your awards.
Okay.
And then I am quickly going to give our takeaway.
Okay.
But we want you to now, it's your time.
Okay.
It's your day, shine.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. First of all, for inviting me. I don't take this for granted. For me, even when kids invite me, I run. Yes, I want you never minimize anybody. So any opportunity, you don't know, these opportunities, they come hidden somewhere. You don't know who is looking at that. They may say, Mama Hajjat, you come and sit on this board because I have been here. You get what I mean? You're talking of the awards. For over 40 years in the industry and working, I have close to 20 accolades. But then today I carried 2 accolades. I also have a presidential medal. I did not carry it. I would have put it here. But yes, and that is the highest it can go. Yes, I have a presidential medal in the totality of my work. I carried 2 awards. Let me start with this one. This is for the Rotary. You know how Rotary does.
Yes.
And this is for Rotary. The Rotary Club, they give it, even globally, they recognize you for the work that I do. So Rotary gave me this award in 2024, and it's called a Vocational Services Award. So they say I speak to the values of Rotary, and you know how Rotary does their work. So they gave me this, and it was handed over to me by those big Rotarians, the big men. This one, I don't normally carry this because it's heavy. It's heavy both in weight, but also in what it stands for. This is for the Africa Insurance Organization, the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame means that you have achieved beyond achieving. You have a legacy. There are people you have pulled around or along as you move. There are people, when you look at my legacy, my Mukululo, there are people who are there, like the CEO of IRA, like Vichetero of Africa, Helen Chirunda. I mean, there's so many that I have pulled along. I don't move alone. As I move, I make sure there are people I pull along. Yes. Qualification is okay because everybody is qualified. But in addition to your qualification, what else do you do? How have you impacted the insurance? So this is the Africa Insurance Hall of Fame that I got from South Africa in 2019. This is given once every year. However, for 2010, because there was COVID, I reigned for 2 years.
Wow.
Yes. So, yes, I'm a first lady, you know. Yes. Success is only sweet when it is shared. I have achieved success through insurance, through the many things that I do. But I didn't want to walk alone. So, this idea of women in insurance, I had to make sure that we have our own where we can pull up. And I can stand on this table and feel so happy for women in insurance because I see ladies are coming up, everyone is coming up.
Hajjat, thank you so much for supporting Liberty. You're always coming through to Liberty. Thank you for supporting the women. You've really given us a safe space, a safe community to be part of, which is Women in Insurance. One time I had, I think it was last year, we had a big event. You hosted us to Women in Insurance at Sheraton. So when we came back, the men said, what about men in insurance? So it has reached to that point where the impact is so strong that everyone, not only in the insurance sector, but different fields, oil and gas, everyone can actually see that impact. So we thank you so much. Thank you for being part of our Liberty Uganda story. We really appreciate you.
I do appreciate Liberty. You are such a company. You are first and foremost, you're very smart. All of you, whenever I meet a lady, I meet a very smart one, I know that one's from Liberty. I'm happy that I'm part of Liberty, and I pledge to continue being part of Liberty. As and when you invite me, even when I'm not invited, I will just come because I'm part
You're
of
very welcome.
I'm part of the family now. I will not wait for an invitation. I will just come and say I'm here.
So before we shut this show down, I just wanted to give the key takeaways. Number one, Hajjat told us to work hard. Work hard in everything you do because it's not about who is looking at me at that time. It's about your work should speak for you. You should work smart. You should grow your skills. So try and improve yourself at each and every point. Get a mentor. You have to have someone who is going to pull you up. Be resilient. Yeah. So we all have families, we have children. Be resilient. Stand tall. Volunteer at all times and wherever possible. So we have to be empowered to empower others. And that was my key takeaway in all of this. So other than that, until next time, guys.
Okay.
I think Hajjat wants to say something. Then we'll.
Okay. You tickled me because you cannot pour from an empty cup, can you?
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
So if you remember that, your cup must be full for you to be
Just
able to
overflow.
pour.
Yeah.
And if it is half full, there, even the powering will not be good. You
You'll
have
even
to,
be scared.
because you power and the thing is empty. I want you to be natural in whatever you do. I want you to be yourselves. If you pretend to be someone else, you start saying things that you're not supposed to say, doing things that you're not supposed to do. I have developed a list of C's. They're about 100 now. No. I'm not going to say them now. But in every situation, I have a C that speaks to a situation. And when you give me quick one, I think of some C's. And in those C's, I'll give you a few as I conclude. My C number one is the creator. We all have a creator. For me, I told you I'm Hajjat. And as I leave my home, I put this as a prayer mat. This prayer mat has a compass. It tells me you face this direction and direction. So I put this first, and depending on where I'm going. And if I'm going in the plane, I put a Quran as well. So please put your creator in number one. My number two is creation, but those two are in different spaces. Creation is the environment. Make sure that you care about the environment, but also God's creation, the people all around you. Make sure that you're kind to them, you have empathy to the people all around you, whether you are employees, whether they are people at home, those mates. Please make sure that you care about them. The other C, those two are in their class. We should not join them with these ones. Those ones are in their class. The other one that I want to leave you with is compass, especially ladies. You see this compass on this prayer mat. If it is correct, it faces true north. Ladies, I want you to make sure your compass is facing true north all the time. Should not have integrity issues, should not have dignity issues, should not have character issues. So your compass must point true north. If you have to take away anything from me apart from create and creation, your compass must point true north. If someone is saying for you to be promoted, you have to do A, B, C, D, F, G, if it is not within your values, make sure you don't abide. Make sure that your compass, and you walk very tall when your compass points true north. The other one, as I said earlier, was competence. And make sure that your competencies are top notch all the time. And you're lucky that you have the insurance training college here in Uganda. We never had that opportunity. So for insurers, if you find a small gap, go to the insurance training college, fill that gap up. Right now, I am, you can tell my age, but I also went back to the college. Yeah, I graduated when she was a teacher. Yes, I walk into a class and the people stand up. They say the teacher has come when I'm a student. You get what I mean? So that continuous improvement all the time. Make sure that you are courageous all the time. And basically, there are many C's, but those ones, caring for others, compassionate, commitment, being committed to what you do. The days the cows can come home when I start talking about C's. Because for me, C's drive me. For every situation, even that car that you see, it has a C. Everything it has a C, everything it has a C. But I thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. I thank you for having me. I thank you for listening to me. And for all, may God bless you and may God bless liberty. Thank you so much.
Amen.